Good morning. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, sister, you're on it.
Right. So today is the Murli of 19th March 1986, and today's Murli is also on Amritvela. Title of the Murli is Amritvela is the time for elevated attainments. Today, the master of spiritual garden is looking at his spiritual rose garden. It's only at this conference age that such a spiritual rose garden is created by Baptada. Baptada is seeing the fragrance of spirituality, of the spiritual roses, and also seeing the beauty of the spiritual roses in bloom. Baptada is seeing the fragrance of spirituality, of the spiritual roses, and also seeing the beauty of the spiritual roses in bloom. All are fragrant, but the fragrance of some is permanent, whereas the fragrance of others lasts for only a short time. Some roses are always in bloom, whereas others are sometimes in bloom, but they wilt at other times because of the heat or the weather. Nevertheless, each one is a spiritual rose in the garden of the master of the spiritual garden. Some spiritual roses especially have the fragrance of knowledge. Some roses especially have the fragrance of remembrance. Some have the fragrance of dharana, and others especially have the fragrance of doing service. Some are such roses that they are full of all types of fragrance. So, in a garden, on whom would your vision fall first of all? On those flowers whose fragrance attracts you from a distance? Everyone's vision would first of all be drawn to those the master of spiritual garden always sees his spiritual roses. But number one, number wise, he also has love for each of you roses because you have deep love for the master of the garden. The flowers have love for their master, and the master has love for his flowers. However, the spiritual roses that can always be kept in a showcase are those that are always full of all types of fragrance and always in bloom. Wilted ones are never kept in a showcase. Every day at Amritvela, whilst giving the special sustenance of love and power, Baptada celebrates a meeting with the spiritual roses. Amritvela is a special time for receiving sustenance from God. Amritvela is a special time for celebrating a meeting with God. It is the time for having a spiritual conversation. Amritvela is the time for easily attaining blessings from the treasure store of blessings of the innocent Lord. The memorial of attaining whatever fruit you desire from the innocent Lord comes from this time of Amritvela. It is the time of attaining treasures from the open treasure store without making effort. You know about this beautiful time from your experience, do you know? Only those who are experienced would know this elevated happiness and elevated attainments. So Bapdada is pleased to see all the spiritual roses. Bapdada also says, Wah my spiritual roses, you sing the song of Wah Wah. And so Bapdada also sings this same song. Do you understand? You have heard many Murlis. Having heard them, you have now become full. You are now making plans to become great donors and distribute everything. This enthusiasm is very good. Today it is the turn of those from UK, that is, of those who remain okay. Bap Dada always smiles when hearing an expression of the double foreigners. What is that? Thank you. While saying thank you also continue to remember the Father, because first of all, you say thank you to the Father from your heart. So whenever you say thank you to anyone, you would first of all remember the Father. Would you know? In Brahmin life, thanks are first of all automatically for the Father. Whilst sitting and walking around, you say thank you many times. This is also a method of remembering the Father. Those of you from the UK have become instruments to enable those with different limited powers to come together. There are powers of many types of knowledge. You have enabled those with different powers from different sectors, from different religions and different languages to come together into one Brahmin clan, into the Brahmin religion and the Brahmin language. Brahmins have their own language, which new people cannot understand. They wonder, what are you talking about? So, Brahmins have their own language and their own dictionary. So, those of you from the UK remain busy uniting everyone. Do you know? There is a good number of you, and there is also deep love. Each place has its own speciality. But today, Bapdada is speaking of those from the UK. The speciality of having love for the younger and being cooperative with the younger is very clearly visible. You are claiming a good number in first of all putting aside a share for the younger, that is for Madhuban, at every step. The direct remembrance of Madhuban becomes a special gift, a special lift. In every task and in every step, there is remembrance of Madhuban, that is, of the Father's study, the Father's Brahma Bhojan, and meeting the Father. Madhuban automatically reminds you of the Father. Wherever you live, to remember Madhuban means to have special love, which becomes a lift. You are then liberated from making efforts to climb up. You just put the switch on and arrive there in a second. Bap Dada doesn't want other diamonds or pearls. For the Father, even say something tiny that is given with love is like a jewel. This is why the uncooked rice of Sudama has been remembered. The meaning of that is even with a tiny needle, you remember Madhuban with love. So that too becomes an invaluable jewel because the value is in the love. The value of love, the value is of love. If someone gives quite a lot of something, but without love, that is not accumulated. Whereas if you give even a little with love, then multifold is accumulated. Multi-million fold is accumulated. So the Father likes it when there is love. So the speciality of those from UK is that they have love for the Yajna and have been cooperating with the Yajna from the beginning. This is also easy yoga. Cooperation is easy yoga. When you have a thought of cooperating, it is the father you remember, is it not? So, those who are cooperative automatically become easy yogis. You have yoga with the father and with Madhuban, that is with Bap Dada. So, even those who become cooperative claim a good number. Even those who are cooperative claim a good number in the subject of easy yoga. The father loves cooperation from the heart. Cooperation means easy yoga, and that too, cooperation from the heart. This is why the memorial, the Dilwara temple, is built here. So the father, the conqueror of hearts, loves love from the heart and cooperation from the heart. Those with small hearts become happy with small deals, whereas those with big hearts make unlimited deals. The foundation is a big heart, and so the growth is also very big. You must have seen some trees where even the branches become like the trunk. So the trunk and the branches have emerged from the foundation of the UK. Now, even those branches have become trunks, and branches are emerging from those trunks. For instance, Australia, America, Europe, and Africa emerged. All have become trunks, and the branches from each of the trunks are also growing very well because the foundation becomes strong with the water of love and cooperation. This is why the growth is good and the fruit is also good. Acha. Om Shanti. So we have today's Murli on Amritvela, and Baba has talked about the importance of Amritvela uh, in the recent revision Murli of 31st October. And Baba says Baba comes to give all the treasures to children. And today's Murli is like the key, where Baba has said that Baba comes at Amrit Vela, and it's a time where Baba is with the children. Baba is with the roses. And today Baba has not said that we are from the garden in a variety type of flowers. But today Baba has said that we are all spiritual roses, and we all have our different qualities, our different specialities. And one is the speciality of fragrance, and the other is the beauty of the bloom. So Baba is looking at all the souls who are roses, and the roses that give out fragrance of different types of jnana, of yoga, of divine qualities, of service. So all kinds of fragrances, and some are worthy of being put in the showcase because they are beautiful, they are in full bloom, and they are fragrant with all fragrances. And Baba says, what makes a rose fragrant is the love for Baba. And also, Baba has said that it is the time when all the spiritual roses are with the master of the garden. The master loves his roses, but the love is number wise, and Baba has said that fragrance of some roses is everlasting, and for some it is for a short period of time. Baba has also said how the Amritvela is a time of how one should remember Baba at the time of Amritvela. Because for Baba, it is a special meeting, a meeting with the spiritual roses. And for the roses, for the children also, it is a very special time for receiving sustenance from Baba. And Baba has talked about the importance of Amritvela also, of what we can, it is a time for easy attainments. We don't have to make a lot of effort. Baba has come to give special sustenance. So at this special time, we can celebrate the meeting with Baba and also celebrate attaining the blessings from the treasure store of blessings. Whatever you wish to have, this is the time to attain that from Baba. Baba is the innocent Lord, Bholana. Whatever that you want, Baba gives that treasure. The key is to know what treasure to wish for. What do I want? What is lacking? What powers should I fill in from Baba? And also, Baba has talked about being thankful all the time. Children are always thankful and they're saying, thank you, shukriya, shukriya, thank you. And Baba has remembered UK especially because Baba said that UK is always okay. And from the example of UK, Baba is actually teaching all of us how to have love for Baba in everything and how to uh, become Sahyogi or Baba said cooperative towards other souls and how that cooperation makes one a Sahaj Yogi, an easy Yogi. And Baba said that the more one cooperates, it's not that by being cooperative we are losing anything, but by cooperating we gain a lot of powers and because of which we are cooperating because we are with the Father and we are cooperating with Baba's Seva, with Baba's children. So there's always the remembrance of Baba. And also Baba has talked about being cooperative with everyone. So whenever doing any small task also, you know, Baba said that UK has the speciality of remembering everyone at all times. And with a lot of love in everything, there is always the thought of keeping something aside for Madhuban, the share of the yajna of Madhuban in every step. So remembering Madhuban is remembering Baba, remembering the Yajna, remembering his task, and that becomes a lift. Remembering Madhuban Baba says is also a lift, and it is also remembering Baba's study. And Baba says that, renewing the share with love is more important than the quantity of the share. And I was given the example of even a needle when that is given with a lot of love, when that is, when, yeah, when give it with a lot of love, it is as valuable as a jewel. So the value is in the remembrance, how it is given with love and with a lot of remembrance. And others remembered the example of Sudama. Sudama's uncooked chawal was so valuable to Sri Krishna. And Baba says that even the smallest thing has meaning because it is given with love. So the value is not of the thing itself or the quantity of uh, the thing or the amount that is kept aside from Madhuban, but it is the love with which it is given. The value is of love. And when it is given with love, its value becomes multi-million fold. So Baba especially has reminded to become big-hearted, not small-hearted. Then big-hearted means generosity. When one has a big heart and one is generous. So big hearts, people with big hearts make big deals. And Baba is a businessman and we are also doing business with Baba, right? So with a small heart, we become happy with small deals. And so the growth is also small, but with a big heart, the deals that we make are also big. And so there is a lot of growth. And I was giving the example of how from UK, the speciality of UK is that from UK, so many other branches have now become trunks. So we should have a big heart, and with that big heart, we should become cooperators and with Baba's rescue, with Baba's children, and have a big heart in sharing what we have so that others can also grow and we can also grow alongside. Such a wonderful movie to do today. So now we can all share what you have taken from the video. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
Roses, Ruhe Gulab. So why it is called as the queen of the garden, I just used to think. And I think this is only one flower with so many colors. And this rose, it has captivated people of many cultures over centuries, not only because it's beautiful, or fragrance, but each color of a rose has a spiritual meaning also. And each rose color, when a pink rose for love, or a white rose for peace, or a maroon rose for affection, you can just go into the deep color of a rose. And if each of these roses, when only I think a gardener, a rose gardener, would really understand what is it to really grow a rose. So any flower, if you see, they are attracted by their color, or they may look beautiful, that is the form, and the fragrance. That's how we judge generally the beauty. But for us, I've always liked when Baba called himself, in two things. One is Bhagwan, other is boatman. And today he's become like the gardener. Like if we give ourselves to our spiritual gardener, so like a physical gardener takes care of his rose, the patience, the tirelessness, the way the gardener takes off, the supreme gardener, Shiv Baba, ocean of our qualities, just see how he also will pick each rose and allow it to bloom when it's budding, prevent it from wilting, and he would really keep it close to his heart. So, this is what I always feel whenever Baba speaks, that I should be such a kind of spiritual rose. And I needn't worry, even if suppose a little, what we call it as, that sensitive flower. No, even if I wilt, my Supreme Lord will take me in his heart and I'll just bloom. So we have to look ourselves as spiritual flowers. So for that, how see Baba gave us the four subjects also even over here. Each whether it's the knowledge of fragrance of remembrance, fragrance of dharma, fragrance of service. So all these four things can also be imbibed. So this spiritual rose, it depends how much connection we have with the spiritual gardener. So every Amritvela, when I get up and I'm held by Shiv Baba, so the more, the deeper and stronger the connection is. Just imagine that rose, it will bloom and I'll be beautiful throughout the day. Similarly, for fragrance, when Baba speaks about fragrance, one is beauty, other is fragrance, purity. The purity spreads sweetness, humility. All these qualities also will develop when I'm a well bloomed rose. And if I am in the hands of my Supreme Lord, I will attract everyone. Just see, if a rose can attract in a garden people, and a rose is a symbolism of love. If you have deep connection with God and you in Amritvela, that's how see how Baba is very nicely connected Rose and Amritvela to say that to come close to him every day and just say, oh Baba, allow me to bloom. That kind of continuous spiritual consciousness, if I have, I will really be able to spread the fragrance with everyone. A deep relationship with God, the spiritual gardener, my spiritual rose. I am Baba's best rose in the garden. I think I love really this concept of, I love the rose flower, that even if every other flowers are there, but the symbolism of the rose which Baba has given today with Amritvela, it really gives us a kind of something straight from the heart. Okay, Baba, you can hold me. I'm your spiritual rose, and I would like to be the best rose in your garden, Baba, so that others come and are attracted with you. The rose and the gardener. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Yes, very true. And it is very nice that you could think about the colors also and the speciality of each type of flower, of rose and the meaning of rose. Yeah, it's true that Baba, it's so beautifully said that, Baba, I want to be the best rose in Baba's hands. And when I come into his hands, I become fragrant. And so anybody else wants to share?
One speciality of the rose is rose doesn't go anywhere else, but it attracts others. So one reflection here is Baba says it's during Amrit Vela, you fill yourself, you make yourself as a rose so that your vibration can serve the world, your energy can serve the world. So attention towards self transformation The best time is Amritvela, in the silence of Amritvela, in the silence of uh, the the space. There's no Tamopradhan space within Amritvela. We all know the logic behind it. Baba says, prepare yourself, connect with Baba as a true friend, as a true companion, and be that rose that attracts the entire world with its fragrance, with its beauty. So that's the best time to work on your own self and be a rose, is one reflection.
Reena sister, I just wanted to add over here. Even though Baba has mentioned about the rose, I very recently, when I was in the US, I found the sunflower. When it turns its face towards the sun, the more it turns, it blooms. I was I was just comparing the rose with it. Today, of course, Baba has just touched on the rose. Because for any flower, it's got a process of growing. It needs the sunlight, it needs fertilizer, it needs water. But I found the sunflower, it had only one attraction, one thing. It just has to face the sun, and then the more it faces the sun, they say it blooms. Can you just compare the bloom of a sunflower with the bloom of a rose spiritually and tell me how do I compare it?
Yeah, Shanti. Um, Baba makes a comparison. Sometimes the comparison is not literally there. You know? Every every flower has its own speciality, and it's Baba gives an example so that we learn from those examples, and we imbibe the speciality of uh, each one, whether it is a person or whether it is a country or whether it is a flower. Or sometimes Baba says that even a cow has more intellect than you. You remember the movie Baba said that even a cow knows where his home is or where his master lives, and even if the cow is taken very, very far off, the cow will come back to his master, to its master. So Baba has also given the example of Brahmari, that how the Brahmari will do boom, boom, and make a worm into a Brahmari or a butterfly itself. And also given the example of a snake, where the snake will very easily shed its skin. Um, so we should also be like, the snake, where we are able to let go of the physical body, and we'll also take on a new body. So there is this concept of Baba says that your body is like a skin that you remove the old one and you get new skin. So Baba gives examples, but I don't think very literally it has to be taken. We learn. Uh, that's my Mananjin. That's my thought. That we learn the speciality from each particular thing, each particular, or in this instance, each particular flower. The rose uh, has its own speciality, but the sunflower, uh, like Baba remembers the sunflower because it always faces the sun, and we should also always be remembering Baba. The sunflower is not fragrant like the rose. The sunflower has its own significance, but it does not have fragrance. Uh, the rose has all the qualities. It is fragrant, it is beautiful, it has different colors. Sunflower would mostly be yellow color, I imagine. I don't remember. Uh, I haven't seen a sunflower of any other color so far. So in terms of color also, uh, it is different from the rose because I think there's only one color for the sunflower, which is yellow, and the roses come in different shades and different colors. So for each color, as you said, you could have a different meaning. But the main speciality of the sunflower is that it is always facing the sun and drawing sustenance from the sun. Naturally, it is rooted in the soil, so it is drawing nutrition from the soil also. But it always faces the sun, and that's the main thing. And of course, there are other benefits from the sunflower. The sunflower seeds are useful, and there is oil in it. And there's a lot of utility in the sunflower. But we would like to keep a rose in in our house and keep. Uh, we would like to give roses more than we would give a sunflower. We would give number of roses. Sunflowers may, if you give someone, maybe you give two or three or four, so, and they're very big. Uh, Roses are not very big generally. The soul, like you said, Ruhani Gulab. So the soul is also point of life. Not the body is like very big, but the soul is tiny. It's a pinpoint of life energy. So I guess that is the comparison that I can think of. Om
Yeah,
Shanti.
thank you. Thank you very much, sister. That one thing which you said, only sunflower doesn't spread fragrances. Sunflower and roses are variety. I think I like the three qualities, beauty, form, and fragrance is there only in the rose. Thank you, sister.
Shanti. So Baba highlighted so many good points about being a rose, the king flower. So Amritvela is the time that we can all, take power, make ourselves a very beautiful, fragrant, spiritual rose. And we all can be proud of, being a rose in God's garden. So that, that creates a lot of intoxication within us. And another thing that towards the end, Baba said the attitude of saying thank you. So every time we say thank you, Baba says, that is a way that we remember Baba at first. First we remember Baba and then we say thank you. So that actually create a feeling of gratitude within us. And that will become a means for us to remember Baba easily. And we know that gratitude of attitude always attract. So that becomes a means for us to get connected easily with Baba. So we have more reasons to thank Baba for he's giving us so much every day. So that awareness, I thank Baba for this wonderful Murli, and a lot of tips that we can practice during Amritvela to fill ourselves with the different fragrance, and as we go around and mingle with people, they all might experience different fragrance from us. Yeah. Om Shanti. Thank you.
Ben, if there was no one there, I just wanted to add one more point. I like the way Baba held up the double foreigners. These branches become trunks, and trunks and branches. It was something very nice the way Baba is trying to pull up, and he gives even America, Africa, Australia, and all that. They were branches, but they have become trunks, and branches are emerging from those trunks. So that is the service which the double foreigner children have done. It's such a beautiful thing. So there is the trunk, and those branches. I was just thinking, how did the tree come down? How does the branch come down and become a trunk? But Baba so clearly given, branches also become like trunk, and from those trunk, still more branches emerge, and all have become trunks. And they are all growing very well. I think that was a beautiful way where Baba really recognized these countries.
Yes, and Dada said that, the more you have love for Baba, for Madhuban, and the more big-hearted one is. So Baba here has talked about having a big heart and uh, making big deals. So Baba said a business, like a businessman, we've made deals with Baba. The one with big hearts make big deals and they grow faster. So when you grow faster, Baba has given the example of the countries that how they have now become, from branches to trunks. So they have now become someone who would sustain others. So it's important to have love for Baba, love for Yajna, and even the smallest thing that we keep aside for Madhuban is like a jewel for Baba. It's like everything when it is with remembrance, and we have Baba, the Yajna, the study in our heart. There's so much love for all of these, then our heart becomes big. And when our heart is big, we make bigger deals with Baba and we grow in our spiritual path. So, Om Shanti. I think it was a wonderful Murli today. And yes, as Prabhu said, Baba has given us the message also of not a message actually, but Baba said that you children remember Baba, and you all, whenever you are saying thank you, it's like remembering Baba all the time. So even when you say every time you say thank you, that's also a remembrance. Cooperating with the Yajna, cooperating with Baba's children is also a remembrance. And Amritvela is a special time because Baba is in the form of Bholana, the innocent Lord, and we are like innocent children, like uh, innocent children because we are in, in front of Baba to receive sustenance, and with that uh, vision, with that idea, when we sit with Baba, so we receive so much. Uh, so such a beautiful Murli on sustenance, on Amritvela, first of all, on sustenance, on loving Baba, Yajna, study, and how to keep that connection going through the day. So let us have a little meditation and we may end today's session. Om Shanti. So can someone play a song?
Yes, sister. I will play.
Oh, thank you.
Just a minute. Yeah.
शुरुआत हो जब